Hey, what's up, guys? The video is about holding your frame. Now, whenever you're dealing with these females, whether you're dating them or you got them hanging around, whether it's something serious, long-term, short-term, you got to keep your frame. I see so many guys that get with a woman or dealing with a woman, and they get real goofy. It's okay to be amusing. You can be funny, but it's to a certain point. You get around a girl, before you met her, you probably had your matching frame, you probably was pretty solid, but as soon as, she started coming around on the regular, you started getting real goofy, real silly. You don't want to do that because they'll lose some respect from you. They will lose respect from you, that's for sure. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to have that happen. So the best thing for you to do is just be consistent as far as, who you are, your personality. You'll have these guys that's all supposed to be macho and masculine, and then next thing you know, they on social media, playing these little dumbass challenges where they dressing like a female, wearing wigs and heels and stuff, because the woman got you thinking that it's cool to do that, which is never cool to do that. Never promote homosexuality. If you're a heterosexual man, never promote that. Never allow your woman to try to get you outside your frame, because no matter how long you've known her, if you degrade yourself to that level, she won't respect you. She will lose some respect from you. That's a fact, believe it or not. Guys, if you want to keep her interested, you got to keep up what you was doing when you met her, when you first got her. Don't switch up at the end. If you just like going to the park or whatever the case may be, whatever you did to get her, you got to be consistent. That's why a lot of females out here are single, because they don't have that ability to be consistent. When they first meet the guy, probably the first year or two, hell, probably even 3, she cooking all the time, checking up on her, washing clothes, all this stuff, like really pitching in the relationship. Then next thing you know, she not cooking so much. It's been a week or 2 before she actually got around to the laundry. She not being very helpful like she used to when you first met her, when y'all first started dating. And it's your responsibility to keep that in check. Let her know, hey, babe, you're not cooking this time. It's been a couple of days. I know you normally do it, X amount of days a week. What's going on? You okay? You want to take a break? You want me to take over for the day? Like, keep on the toes, because that's the thing about it. A lot of these females are comfortable because you guys don't check them. You don't keep them on their toes. I'm gonna say this too. Once they get married or they start having kids by you, once you move, you move them in the whole 9, that's when they stop. That's the common story I hear all the time. Watch my video, Sexless Marriage. That happens so much, man. These women, they'll do everything they can to get married. As soon as you marry them, they stop cooking. They stop giving you unlimited blowjobs. The sex dries up. She not checking up on you like she used to. She not making you lunch anymore. That's the average female who does that. I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this. You guys, not judging nobody, but that's why you gotta keep a hoe in your relationship. You have to. Because you're not looking for, let's keep it honest. Us guys, we're not looking for much, right, when it comes down to a female. Nobody gotta keep a hoe in your relationship. Keep a hoe in your relationship, what she gonna do? She gonna fuck you good, and she gonna take care of the stuff that your wife or your girlfriend's not doing. So it's gonna be sex and food. And we ain't talking about no fast food bullshit. I know some of you young guys, y'all out here, you love McDonald's, everything. I can't do that. You're not gonna win me over on McDonald's, you know what I mean? So you do have females, and they don't want the responsibility. They want to be your part-time girlfriend. You know what I mean? 'Cause they don't want to do the same thing with the dudes or whatever. Females do it too. Some of you guys get confused because what you're doing is, you get you one, and then you're pouring all your, she's a damn counselor. There's 3 things she's doing: sex, food, and she's a free counselor, psychiatrist. But what a lot of you guys do is you've been so deprived, or you never met a female who was able to do all that. So what you do? I'm about to break up my home. And then, that's why you end up messing up that relationship, because she's cool with being a part-time girlfriend. She don't want the full-time job. You got people out there, they just want to do my 40 hours and get out of here. A wife or girlfriend, they doing overtime. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody want to do overtime at a job. They just want their regular 40 and get up out of there. So a lot of you guys are messing up that relationship because she doesn't want to be a full-time girlfriend. She wants to be a part-time girlfriend. She see you when she want to see you. It's no commitment. It's cut and dry, real simple. Now, a lot of you guys can't understand that because it's a female, and you're not used to seeing females act that way. But there's plenty of females who do that. Ask yourself this. You probably dealing with a female. You probably was trying to get with a female, and as soon as you told her, hey, you know, I want something serious. I'm thinking about, you know, how you feel about being in a relationship, and she ghosts you. Out of nowhere, like, damn, everything was good. We was hanging out, spending time together, and all of a sudden I asked her, you know, hey, go ahead and I want to be in a relationship with her or marry her, and then she ghosts you. She don't want the full-time responsibility. You know what I mean? It's like a part-time worker. Hey, man, I'm cool. The job could be trash. It don't matter, because I'm only coming in here 3 days a week. I work like 6 hours a day. It don't matter. The problem comes into play when you gotta be a full-time employee at a shitty job. That's when the problem comes into play. I don't know what happened to part-time jobs. It seems like everybody doing full-time jobs. Now, I mean, back in the day, part-time job was the norm. Now it's like, hell no, they want you to work 12 hours a day. You know, it's just 6-7 days a week. That's the average job in America nowadays. So that's really what it is. Like, if you know, call it what you want. Like, oh, you know, she'll never get married, or she'll always be a side piece. That's fine, because you got people, not just females. You have people that's cool with that. You know, the average guy, especially if if you're young, you ain't got no money, you just broke. Yeah, you don't mind being a part-time. You don't mind being part-time. You can't offer nothing else. So what you gonna do? You gonna, sex, spend some quality time with her, listen to her problems, and then that's it. And when she leave your place or wherever you at, she gonna deal, the dudes gonna deal with her full-time. They gonna deal with, they gotta spend money on her, they gotta, deal with her attitude, all that stuff like that. That's why a lot of people, they prefer that lifestyle, because it's not so much responsibility. You know what I mean? So guys, if you're in this situation, you're dealing with a girlfriend or a wife, whatever, and you got your side piece going on, understand this: the chance of her wanting to be with you is 50-50. I'm gonna say this: if she really wanted to be with you, she will come to you. Now, all the females I dealt with, I ain't talking about this messing around with. Actually, the girls I actually dealt with, dated, they told me right out the rip, hey, I want a relationship. So that lets you know right there, if you've been dealing with this girl for a couple years and she never came to you about a relationship, don't worry about it. That's not what she's looking for. Now, she may want one. She obviously must be going through a phase or whatever like that. She might not even want one. Maybe she want one later on down the road when she get like 40, when her body's not the same no more. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times them girls, when they're young, they like, people like what they like. So they're not worried about getting nothing stable. Especially if you know she a good one. She know she a good one. She knows she can get her to do it anytime she wants. She just want to be with you in the meantime. Now, whether that's 6 months, 8 years, or whatever, just enjoy the time you with her, bro. There's a lot of females like that. They're like, hey, I like this guy. I want nothing serious. 9 times out of 10, they won't tell you. But you'll know because how long you been with her, and how y'all be spending time together. Just go with the flow. That's all it is too. You ain't gotta mess it up. Don't mess it up. I see a lot of guys, they do that. Oh, she do this, she do that. They be at work, they be bragging about all this stuff like that. Oh yeah, man, I'm about to divorce my wife for her. And then when that time come, she ghosts them. She didn't want that kind of relationship, bro. You guys understand. You can't make a female do something that she don't want to do. You know what I mean? Like, she don't want a relationship, that's fine. Now, I'm gonna say this too. You guys don't need to go around bashing these females. Oh yeah, she this and that. She know that. She cool with that. Why are you gotta advertise that to the world? Like, bro, just play your position. That's all it is to it. Like, I know those kind of guys. And I said, the jobs I had, it was so embarrassing listening to these older guys. Like I said, these guys, at the time we was in our early 20s. These guys in their late 30s, 40s, and up, acting like little 12-year-olds. I'm like, bro, you what? Telling everybody her name, showing her a picture of her and shit. I'm like, dude, that's the weakest shit ever. So never be that guy, but I know them kind of guys, I don't know. I don't want to keep throwing out, they got mental, they slow. I want to keep throwing it out for everybody. I don't want this, excuse for that to be everybody, but you do have people who never been, or who don't have a lot of experience when it come down to being in relationships. That's really what that is, or dealing with females or males. You know what I mean? You do have a lot of females, and that you hear people say, oh, she weird or he weird. Not necessarily, they just never had any experience dating the opposite sex. So as time goes on, they get older, they never fix that. So it just gets worse, as they get older, of course. I'm about to tell you guys to get out there, mingle, just have a good time. Don't worry about hooking up with no females. Get out there and work on your conversation. Because at the end of the day, your conversation is gonna seal the deal. Now, there's been situations where you'll run across a female, she don't like you. You know, she'll look at you, oh, I don't like, well, for whatever reason. And then all of a sudden you start talking to her, okay, yeah, okay, he cool. I'll invite him on my place. So that happens at the end of the day, because there's a lot of guys who look good. You know, like I say, the looks, it comes down to the individual, right? But there's a lot of guys who have the looks, but they dumb as a doorknob. They can't hold the conversation. Their vocabulary is literally at a third grade level. And they just rely off that one aspect. I tell you guys all the time, don't be a one-trick pony. If you in shape, work on your conversation. Work on your wardrobe. Don't just be that guy, oh, I got a lot of money, but you out of shape. You can't hold a conversation to save your life. You know what I mean? Like, your wardrobe is garbage. It's a one-trick pony. I see that all the time. Like, the guys are reliable. Well, let's be honest. Most people who do that is going to be females, right? What they do, they looks. That's all they got. So that's the thing about when women say, oh, all the guys don't want nothing from me but sex. That's because that's all you worth, man. You can't sew. You know what I mean? You can't boil an egg. You can't help me solve my math equations. You can't do nothing. You can't do, you just look. That's how you just have your looks. So whenever you hear a female say that, that's a dead giveaway that she's not worth nothing. Now, she can become something, but she has to work on herself to do that. She has to bring some kind of talent into a guy's life. Be useful. Anybody, you see these females now, they got the filters, they got all the makeup, they still ugly. Any female can make herself look way better than what she really look like. What else, what do you have besides that? And on top of that, if you look good, but you always single, 9 out of 10, she got a loose box, bro. She got a loose box, or she got something going on. She got an affection going on downstairs. Because we all know it don't take much for a guy to find a female attractive. Now, if you a 10 or whatever they keep calling themselves, but you always single, you either got something or you got a loose box or both. That's all it is. So I don't care nothing about no baby mama. It don't matter, bro. I see dudes marry them up all the time. I see Sims marrying them all the time. They be having 3, 4, 5 kids. But only because they look good, it don't matter. So if you look good, stay in society, but you don't know why. You don't know why you always think you can't get a man. You obviously have a loose box or you got something downstairs. That's all it is to it, bro. You can be dumb as a doorknob. Dudes do that all the time, especially white dudes. They love them a dumb blonde. You know, that's their thing. They love a dumb blonde. So dudes marrying dumb females all the time. So it's no excuse. You literally only have to have one good attribute about yourself as a female, and you good to go. So the fact that you have that one attribute, which is your looks, and you still single, oh nah, you clearly have a problem. It's that simple. It's that simple. So guys, just keep that in mind. Whenever you deal with these females, keep your statue, man. Don't switch it up. Don't get overly excited. I know she probably got a big old booty or something, or she probably look like Elmira or something like that. No problem. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, hold your stature, bro. Don't get out of control like to where you just lose all your masculinity because she dealing with you. Now me, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna put myself out there right now. I do that, but I do it on purpose. AMA, what the hell are you talking about? You just say you're supposed to hold your frame, keep masculinity. The females I deal with, I've been dealing with them for a long time. First of all, I'm a problem. I told you guys that before, I'm gonna say it again, no shame. I am a problem. When I'm dealing with these females, keep in mind, I'm never gonna make the situation better, I'm always gonna make it worse. So, with that being said, I'm not over here drop kicking them or nothing like that. Don't get that twisted. But I play with their emotions. That's what that means. So, you guys saw the Sour Patch commercials, oh, he's sweet and sour at the same time. That's me. But I'm mostly sour. Because you can't be 50-50 when it comes down to it. Because I tell you guys all the time, females love drama. They love chaos. That's just reality. So for me to come to her and be like, oh, you're so beautiful, and bring her flowers every day, I may do that. But guess what? The next 6 months, man, you're ugly. I hate your mama. Call it what you want. I'm going to tell you guys what it is. So if I'm doing something wrong, why are they still attached to me? Because I'm telling you guys right now, the history has a lot to do with it as well. Now, obviously, if I met her a couple days ago and did all that, I would clearly run her off. But since we have a long history, that helps so much. And on top of that, women love to chase a fixer-upper. That's really what it is. So purposely, like I tell you before, it's on purpose. I do this on purpose to keep them excited, to keep them on their toes, to keep them in their feelings. Because if you can control a female's feelings, you got them. Her emotions, you got them. That's all there is to it. So yeah, I'll do that. I act silly one day, but they already know, okay, this dude, he go again, he acting crazy. And then next thing you know, I'll call him back later on the day, ugly asshole, whatever the case may be. Not saying that, but you know what I mean? I'll get on their nerves. I'll say that. I'll get on their nerves. So I'll be, oh yeah, you're so pretty and you're the most beautiful woman ever. And then next thing you know, man, get your ugly ass away from me. Why you keep calling me? It's that roller coaster. It's that roller coaster. So anyway, guys, the videos went long enough. If you got any suggestions, any questions, any concerns, leave them down below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. And no matter what else, take your peace, your pockets, and your purpose.